Viewers, we have a treat for you. We are sitting in a vignette designed by celebrated interior designer JamieDrake exclusively for Theater Alexandra. This is a debut of your new collection, and I love it that you describe your style as bold, and these colors definitely are that.
Well, I do. I like my rooms to look sophisticated, bold, urbane, polished, and with a sense of wit. And I always say that absolutely describes the personalities of my clients as well. There's a mesh between personality and design.
Well, let's hit the highlights of some of the colors and the materials that we'll find in the collection.
Well, here we are. We're sitting on what I call the Venus sofa and chair. I think it looks like it landed out of the beautiful outer space. In fact, I was sort of inspired by Italian futurist design from the 1950s and 60s, as well as fashion. I've always been inspired by fashion. The color is a gorgeous, vibrant coral, like beautiful coral beads from the Persian seas. And yet, you see in this book here, which I happen to have in my collection on my desk, the shapes, the pleats, Valentino. I am inspired by fashion very much as well.
And this goes very nicely with my dress.
I know, it's
my
beautiful.
Nice, beautiful spring dress.
You are a shade of bougainvillea. You are a bougainvillea blossom that has dropped onto this sofa here.
All right, so moving from bougainvillea blossom, we're going to check out another vignette which has yet another bold and very chic color scheme. So Jamie, this particular space is very urban chic, which is part of your signature style.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I like everything chic. I like it polished. I say that I'm in many ways a minimalist. I like things well tailored, but I do like a little glitz here and there, as you notice. I think, for example, when I designed these pieces, I thought about all of them looking good from all sides at all times. So this rather simple, elegant sectional called the Bastide actually has a beautiful horizontal channel detail that runs around the outside of the backs.
Yeah, that's an important point too with your collection. It gives the individual a lot of design freedom because the furniture does look good from all angles and all sides. So you don't need to, you can place it away from a wall.
Correct.
Or front and center, right?
Right. A lot of times we plan a room, the furniture is floating. You want to walk around it and be behind it. And so why not have a sense of delight even from the back end?
And again, the colors, very bold, but a different combination here. Tell me about what inspired this color palette.
Well, this is a little bit more of maybe a menswear flannel kind of room. It's got beautiful flannel colored sateen upholstery with a bit of a strié finish, gray embossed croc top in gray with the ebonized oak detailing, and the accents of color. The coral appears over here as well to tie into the room that's adjacent, and then the turquoise, which is the primary accent color here.
So having said that, how much of what happens on the runway in fashion informs your work in furniture and upholstery and case goods?
Well, you know, I am inspired by the runway. I'm inspired by the great designers of the day, Givenchy, Balenciaga, Valentino.
I love the way he says that.
Exactly. I did it with this Catalan twist.
You've been practicing.
Yes. But you know, I interpret that in its own way for the home, because the home is not a thing where you buy a sweater and you decide 2 years later you're not going to wear it anymore.
Right.
The home, you buy things for investment for a long, long time.
And you've done a great job of creating something that is of the moment, but yet timeless. It's a lot of creative genius that goes into creating something that walks that line. So let's see more of that creative genius in yet another living space by JamieDrake. Come along. All right, JamieDrake, let's have a seat in this beautiful, soft, sensual bedroom that I personally would like to pick up and take home with me. I think it speaks totally to my personality, but you tell me about this.
I think it suits your coloring perfectly, and that's why you love it so much.
Thank you.
As a beautiful brunette, you're great in these kind of lavenders and slightly gray greens. I had a good time with this bedroom, I have to say, because I think of a bedroom as the one private space that should be just a perfect retreat.
Right.
And so I designed it with these wonderful flowing lines that, again, are kind of reminiscent of Baroque, sensual curves, but done in a very clean, linear fashion.
And the materials, you have a very skillful mix of materials and colors. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it starts with the hard materials, such as the bed. It has a yoke, and it's called the yoke bed, covered in mother of pearl capped in brass. The fabric that's on the upholstery is a velvet that's embossed and glazed, so it still has the hand of a velvet, but it has a sheen. I like things that shimmer
Right.
and glimmer, and I love the way light dances off of metallic. So all the fabrics here either have a glaze, or they have a metallic woven into them, or they have a silk content that has a thread that has a gloss.
So Jamie, how do you envision people using your collection within their own living spaces?
Well, I think they should enjoy them. They should live with them. They should sit down on them. They should put their feet up on them, and they should invite all of their friends over.
All right, I'm gonna relax.
Nap time.